Great. Welcome back to my shop. This is going to be Bone Turning 101 Part 5, believe it or not. Anyways, what we're doing is we're making bone handles. Number of different, you can see that we've got a number of different styles, different shapes. But the thing is that this is all cow bone. The series is designed for the people to understand how to process the bone and to make their own items, not the items themselves. What we're going to do is that we take a bone and I cut it into thirds, trying to get the bone as flat as possible. All right. From this point, I have made a jig and I can locate the centers of where each hole is, and I use an arbor to press through to flatten one side and get me a disc. The problem we've always run into is I have to use a hole saw right here in order to relieve the bone from the blank so we can go. The problem is that like using a hole saw, things get stuck in the center and it can be a real bear in order to unclog or get the jam out. I made this jig the other day and I'm extremely happy with it. What we've done is this. I've taken a spring and I put it through all thread rod through there. What I'm going to do is I made this housing, the shelving unit, and I'm going to put it on here and I'm going to press down through the bone and then put a nut, a 1/4 nut on there. And just make sure that there's room. When I cut through the bone, the spring is automatically going to pop down and release my bone blank. So what we're going to do is this. Not a catch. Two catches on the same piece. All right. This one did not work as well as I'd hoped. It did not clear this part of the bone. I'm going to do it with the next one. And you can see normally it's not a big deal. That bone shifted and I'm not going to be able to get it to release. So I'm going to go to the next one. Like I said, the hole saw is the problem, but it also makes it one of the neat parts of the, since there's no teeth on the carbide, it cuts the bone by scraping. And I can have my fingers pretty darn close to it without having to worry. From that, I can sit this and I can release the bone. Okay, I put it here. What I'm going to do after this is I will take the bones and I will smooth them out, putting them on a drill on another sander with a V-block. The finished side, and I will face it so that everything will be parallel. From this point, I can put it on a pen mantle and glue it up and make my finishing product. All right. You can see that this jig is very simple, very easy to use. There's still some prototyping involved. Nothing works 100% of the time, unfortunately. But you can see that it's actually pretty quick in order to load, and I can go through an entire disc relatively quickly. I just keep going on, all the way through, and then making all these bones into individual discs. The flatter the disc goes, the bigger girth I will get. If I just go through the center, I'm never going to get just, maybe 1/8 of an inch. But if I cut the bone down and get as flat as I possibly can, that gives me a lot more surface, a lot more bone that's usable. So the trick is trying to process a material that doesn't want to be processed, and I'm pretty happy with what I've done so far. Again, what we're looking at is the finished product. It looks like ivory, and I'm very, very happy with the results. And you can see that we've done more than a few right here. Different shapes, different styles, different looks. It just shows that there's lots of possibilities for anybody that's willing to try. Thank you very much. I hope everybody has a great day.